Hey, Irma. Basket of fries?
Sock it to me, Harv. Hold up. You won't believe what just popped up on my feed. A new teaser trailer for Beetlejuice 2. They're finally gonna make it.
Wait a minute, Irma. Hold your horses. That trailer you're about to click on, it's faker than a pair of fondant tits.
What? Are you serious, Roy?
As serious as a heart attack, Cupcake. Besides, who wants another Beetlejuice movie anyway?
Don't call me Cupcake.
Well, that's an honorific in my culture.
What's your problem with Beetlejuice?
No problem. I just don't get the hype. A guy in a striped suit making bad jokes and causing chaos? Sounds like some of the godforsaken hipsters who drift in here every day.
Sounds like a certain chocolate cake I know. But let's just try it out, you know? See what happens.
You know what that means.
This isn't funny. Where is my portfolio?
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot.
It's showtime.
Well, I guess it's just as well. All these late life sequels and soft reboots are total crap anyway.
Tell me about it. I'm sick of seeing these milquetoast posers, visions of something I like, filtered through some executive producer's idea of what the cool kids will watch.
Yeah, Beetlejuice as a franchise has totally avoided that trap. Instant classic film, successful translation to a Saturday morning animated series, and an honest-to-God hit on Broadway. I love it!
Now believe it when I hear it.
Don't be so crusty, Roy.
Now watch it, felt face.
So anyway, what a movie, right?
Okay, so I'm thinking this is an aha moment for Tim Burton. It's only his second film, right? But he locks in a lot of elements that are going to define his next few movies here.
Okay, so visually, yeah. There's a lot of production design here that could be transposed into a lot of his other movies seamlessly, and his sense of humor as a director is really starting to show.
I don't know. As little as he actually appears in the movie, I think Michael Keaton carried the whole picture.
I mean, yeah, and he was improvising the whole fucking thing practically.
Yeah, so he was on screen 20 minutes, and every line is quotable.
But remember, nobody acts in a vacuum. There were the Maitlands.
Oh, yeah, Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis.
The Dietzes.
Jeffrey Jones and Catherine O'Hara, both of them with tremendous comedy and improv chops. I think they were both second city players. I had a huge crush on Catherine O'Hara, ever since I was just a little dollop of batter.
Gross, do not say batter. And of course, Winona Ryder.
Little goth cutie. Among other things, she shoplifted my heart.
A breakout role for her, but it kind of left her kind of typecast.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do?
People loved her as Lydia.
Geez, the ever-suffering Lydia.
Pretty true there. She was the kind of the quintessential, oh, poor me, no one understands me teen girl. And the original version of Beetlejuice, in the original script, was a short, middle-aged Middle Eastern man, and it was written with a kind of racist vernacular for his dialogue.
Cancelled.
Today, yeah. But some aspects of his behavior have especially not aged well.
Oh yeah, he was a total pervert in that movie. Borderline criminal pervert.
For sure, and the original script actually had him as a full-on murderer. In this one, he wanted to kill Lydia's little sister. She had a sister in this one. And actually just fuck Lydia.
Yikes. They really toned him down to be more of a spooky pervert for the final film. But still plenty of inappropriate touching and grooming of a teenage girl. Ugh, makes my icing cruel.
Well, I think later adaptations did a decent job of adjusting the character to be less, criminal. More of a paranormal prankster, a puckish rogue in the cartoon, and kind of a sleazy but sympathetic figure in the musical. The Maitland's car crash was also way different in the original script. It was gruesome and graphic. And Beetlejuice was some kind of winged demonic creature when he wasn't in his human form.
Well, let's not forget the incredible use of practical effects in this movie. They still hold up, and they do so much heavy lifting to define the whole look of the movie, Remember the sandworms? Those were hand sculpted. They did it in stop motion.
And they were from Saturn.
All right, time to spill the sprinkles. I haven't actually seen this film from start to end. Just crumbs and bits. Yeah, I know. Well, when you're stuck on a countertop, you don't always have a choice in programming.
Huh, guess not. So you don't know what happens?
Cultural saturation and all, you know.
All right, let me set the stage. Picture this. Adam and Barbara Maitland, a nice, slightly square yuppie couple, living in the dream of their charming Connecticut home. But before they can say home sweet home, they're oft in a freak car accident and their charming abode is invaded by the Dietz family. Gross city people who think money is everything, and they make you want to pretty much barf. The Maitlands are ghosts now and stuck in this house with people who are basically their opposites in every way. The Maitlands are desperate, and they really want to try and get rid of those awful people in their house, but they're not exactly scary. Enter Beetlejuice, who is scary, very scary in fact, but he kind of comes with strings attached, like how he's nasty and awful and bad. But even their caseworker Juno says, listen, you don't want to hang with that guy, he was my assistant, and now he's all fucked up, and he'll fuck you up. They're thinking about it. Eventually, Lydia's the one who actually brings Beetlejuice around, who then tries to marry her, but after some pretty cool madcap adventures there, some thrills and chills, some ghosts turning into zombie-looking monsters and all that jazz, he gets eaten by a sandworm.
Okay, that is very different from the animated series.
I love the animated series.
Of all the money-grabbing film-to-kid show adaptations, they kinda nailed it.
Okay, so that's Nelvana, the Canadian studio that made it. They made so many things from your childhood that you love. Think Magic School Bus, Babar, Eek the Cat, Adventures of Tintin.
So one of the big boys, basically. I remember so many weird things from that show. They had this kind of early After Effects looking animation sometimes. Bizarre. Kind of like mixed media collage thing.
Oh man, yeah, the Neither World commercials, like, buy Scream Puffs, and the cuts of a car wash, like a car dirtier or something, because everything was weird and gross. Those were so great. The Neither World itself was so fun and full of life and like the perfect image of a 10-year-old dream world where everything's disgusting and the background noises are all farts. It's like the waiting room scene in the movie, but just expanded into the whole universe.
Yeah, they made all these great characters. I tell you, Jacques, the monster across the street, they stuck with me for whatever reason.
And Ginger, the tap dancing spider, which I bet was some sort of homage to Ginger Rogers. They were all great. Poopsie, Doomy, their like living car, who was also kind of a werewolf that they pieced together with junkyard bits. That was really great. One of the things that really set the animated series apart was the relationship too between Lydia and Beetlejuice, which was, quite a bit different. They were actually friends instead of old guy and child bride.
It's all coming back to me. Sitting on the counter with my bowl of cereal on Saturday morning.
Bowl of cereal. I'm not even going to touch on you eating cereal. But it was on Fox Kids and ABC.
It was my friend, not my food.
Ah, sure, right. Like you haven't eaten Friends.
So anyways, it was the perfect cartoon fare for a 90s kid. Most of the time they just...
You've been around since the 90s?
Modern food preservatives can work miracles, sweetheart.
Ugh.
It's interesting how they adapted Beetlejuice's powers for the cartoon.
Oh yeah, how so?
Well, in the movie, he has like god-level demon powers, right? But in the cartoon, his main power is just making puns come to life.
Oh man, I love those pun powers. They're so funny. It's just like if he says any kind of thing that means more than one meaning, it just comes true.
Exactly. Like he says, I'm beside myself. And suddenly there's two of him, or I feel like a kid again, and he turns into a baby. Stuff like that.
Which, of course, means it's kind of going to backfire sometimes, too. Hence the baby.
Yeah, like one time he said, I want a pat on the back. And then this little Irish guy named Pat literally grew out of its back. And it wouldn't leave. It was so dumb. But I loved it.
It's just such a funny adaptation. A real way to make him less terrifying if he's just kind of a big old goof with goofy, dumb grammar powers.
And I think they really identified the core parts of the characters, Lydia is Lydia, just soft around the edges, and Beetlejuice.
Careful.
Oh, shit.
But they totally did. The guy voicing Beetlejuice.
Steven we met.
Met who? He did a great job voicing the character.
Well, Michael Keaton did such a good job making the character so well defined, Makes it easy.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can pull and stretch the character and have it still be identifiable as Beetlejuice. Even the Broadway show's version was so undeniably itself.
Okay, well, Beetlejuice is a showing it hot from moment one in that movie, so I can see how the transition to Broadway might be, pretty easy.
And the Broadway show really was a dark horse success story. It struggled to find its audience initially, probably because, like me, everyone thought it would be total shit. But then, through TikTok, it got a big following and super blew up.
TikTok, really?
I know, it sounds crazy and terrible. Again, a musical that got popular on TikTok sounds awful, but it's super, super, super good. You're so out of touch on this one, Roy. May I say even half-baked?
Well, maybe if you take me to a show sometime, I'll change my mind about Broadway.
Unfortunately, I think they have some rules about outside food and drink.
Well, you see why my opinion is so colored.
Anyway, the show is really great. I kind of worn out the original cast recording.
I know. I don't know why that's on the jukebox.
I did not put that on there. That is evil puppet magic.
Anyway, they really pulled off a hat trick. Film, animation, and stage. All successful adaptations, and despite the initial struggles, the Broadway show got 8 Tony nominations, including Best Musical. Alex Brightman even got a nod for Best Leading Actor for his portrayal of Beetlejuice, and he deserved it.
So that's who got the big role, huh?
Yeah, the original cast has Alec Brightman as Beetlejuice, Sophia Ann Caruso as Lydia, and Rob McClure and Carrie Butler as the Maitlands. One thing I love about the musical is how they expanded on the characters, especially Delia.
Oh yeah, how so?
Well, she's so great. Like, the first movie, she's, the step monster. She's terrible. She's awful. And in the second one, she's more like this kind of airheaded, like she misses the city, but she's not like this art fuck nonsense weirdo. She treats Lydia actually as a daughter. In fact, she might not even be a stepmama in the animated series, not really sure. And in the musical, she's like this hippy-dippy, lonely lady who just wants a family and to be a happy stepmom to this new gal. It's really awfully cute. But also, Beetlejuice has got a lot of changes as well.
Oh yeah, how so?
Well, in the film, he's kind of a wild card trickster, right? But the musical gives him more backstory as a flunky to that mean head bureaucrat Juno, who's actually like his mom figure?
All right. I think they mentioned that he used to be her assistant or something.
Exactly. And they have a song where Juno basically reinforces that he's a loser nobody. So you get more insight into his motivations and why he acts so shitty all the time and makes bad decisions.
That makes sense. Give him a little depth while keeping him mischievous.
Totally. And the effects in the show are really great too. He's got like kind of mood change hair, the different lighting. He's got clones that'll go dancing around, all different Beetlejuices. They use some CGI. They have a giant sandworm, which is always really fun.
Oh damn, that stuff actually sounds really awesome. You're gonna have to smuggle me in under your coat or something so I can see it.
Chocolate stains, so maybe not. But I'll tell you all about it. The music is super catchy, super fun. There's ballads, there's laments, there's a bit of salsa in the middle. The composer said he was inspired by old vaudeville acts and grotesque carnival imagery, which I think Beetlejuice was too, if we remember the crazy noodle arms and the carnival head from the movie, right?
Oh yeah, the movie had that whole creepy circus vibe thing going on. I bet the musical just cranked that shit up to 11.
Totally.
He does a good job sounding like Beetlejuice. You know how Broadway always kind of sounds like Broadway? All clean and perfect. You're not exactly the character,
Clean is definitely not the character, no matter what the iteration. I think you might just be a little bit jealous because he can stop sounding like that whenever he wants, and you sound like you've been gargling with lick briquettes.
You try spending your formative years at 350 degrees for 2 hours.
I was in a very dark place when I made you. I think it shows.
Gee, thanks. As much as I hate to admit it, I think this whole Beetlejuice talk is making me, curious. I tell you what, you get me in that theater, and I'll go see a BJ with you.
Gross. Those fries almost ready, Harv?
Oh, 2 shakes. Let me salt them real quick. Did one of you guys say it 3 times?
The name? No, not in a row.
Does that really work?
Why test fate, right?
Cupcake hookers, cupcake hookers, cupcake hookers.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's gonna work, Roy.
Nah, it was worth a try.
How fun! Did you make these because we were talking about Beetlejuice?
I did not. There was something screwy going on here tonight.
Yeah, can we maybe talk about something else over here?
Candyman! I got a delivery of candy here. Who's gonna sign?
No hands.
No authority.
No pen. We got a real trifecta of inconvenience over here.
So, which is the definitive Beetlejuice for you? Do you prefer a movie BJ, an animated BJ, or a BJ on stage? Cool it. But leave a comment below, please, and give a like and subscribe for more.
Balls.